and United have bottled it. A match that you expected United to win. We were in a momentum. We've beaten three great teams. We've beaten Mourinho's Tottenham. We've beaten Manchester City. We've beaten 4-0 the team that's second in the Dutch league. And guess what? We bottled it against Everton. The same thing that I've been banging on about for quite a long time now. Manchester United just can't beat the low block. Teams that come and defend against us, we just cannot get past them. Teams that come and attack us, we can play them well. We can actually do a decent job against them. But we've just done an absolutely awful job against Everton. And it's the same problem that we've had all season. We don't have a decent number 10. Jesse Lingard, I know he's going through a lot of personal problems and whatnot, but you need to, at Man United, you need players who are going to perform week in, week out. We don't have the consistency right now, and we just don't have a plan B. Solskjaer does not have a plan B. His game is to just soak up the pressure and attack those teams that are attacking you, which I can understand why he does that, because it works. Against teams that are attacking you, that will work. But against teams who are coming out, defending, hello, your name's written in Arabic, please, can you just tell me what your name is? And also please feel free to leave comments. That'd be very useful. Okay, so it's a low block. We are playing against a low block, and the low block is awful to play against for us as a United team, because we don't have anyone who's going to break it up. I think it's a bigger problem than just the personnel, because United, the players that United have, they've got the talent to break them up. They can move. The movement ability is there. The pace is there. We can break these teams up. But I think it's coaching. I personally think Solskjaer has failed in the coaching. He's got one plan of telling the players to knock the ball up and get the forwards to run, right? But he doesn't have a plan on how to work the ball through and find those gaps. He doesn't do that. The United team are not doing that currently. I'm looking at, and also one other thing I noticed with the United match today, the two fullbacks, they're useless. They're not doing anything right. Well, okay, I take my word back. On that one. Wan-Bissaka is a fantastic fullback. He's probably one of the best in Europe right now. But as a fullback, right, as a defensive fullback, he's fantastic. But he doesn't get far up. In the first half of the game, he wasn't going past. He didn't even get. I don't think he got out of the United half. But here's the bigger problem. When he does get out of the half, he doesn't whip the ball in. He doesn't get the cross in. He's not like a Gary Neville who do an overlap around the wingers and whip the ball in. He isn't whipping any balls into the back of the net, which is useless. It's awful for a United fullback. And Luke Shaw, I personally don't think Luke Shaw's good enough. Brandon Williams is probably a better option than Luke Shaw right now. But Brandon Williams has another problem, which is he's a left back who's right-footed, so he has to go onto his right foot and then whip the ball in. His left foot isn't as, he can use his left foot, but it's not as strong. And today's goal, the own goal, Victor Lindelof really couldn't have done much, to be honest. Victor Lindelof could not have done much. He was just very unlucky to be where he was, and he struggled because of where he was. Hey guys, subscribe please, right? He was unlucky to be where he was, and it's unfortunate for us that he suffered that issue. But United were not going to break anyone down. United were not going to score. We had possession. We had everything. It reminded me a bit of Van Gaal era, because during that time we would have the possession. We'd be knocking the ball around, but it was always going backwards or sideways. It wasn't going forwards, and that's exactly what was happening today. We weren't getting the ball forwards, and we weren't able to break through Everton. It was just not possible. Everton just came with 8 players on a low block, and they were just like, yeah, do what you can. But we couldn't do anything simply because United don't have a second plan, which is what I keep saying. And a number 10, Lingard, we need someone in that number 10 role who will break through those teams, who will run into a channel, get a ball over into the strikers, change play around. Pogba can do that, but Pogba, I don't know, he's injured, and also I don't know how much he wants to play for United right now. It's a bit worrying in that sense, right? So I personally am looking forward to the January window, and hopefully things will change in the January transfer window, and Solskjaer will replace some of the players, which is desperately needed. To be honest, it's a desperate need to replace some of these guys. But I'm I don't know. United are not making any transfer policies right now either, because you're not hearing much coming out of Old Trafford. I mean, Erling Haaland is an option that they're looking at to bring him into the squad, but he'll be able to finish the ball off. He'll be able to finish it off at the end looking at the 6 yard box. But you still need to get that ball into that 6 yard box, which no one is willing to do. We haven't got anyone on the wide who'll whip it in. The fullbacks are not doing that. Okay, look, credit where credit's due. Rashford can do that. James can do that. But when one of them two does it, no one from the midfield is going up to support the strikers. Look at the 90s when we had the likes of Paul Scholes who would arrive late into the net, into the area, and how many goals did he score that way? Or even if he didn't score a goal, fine, he didn't score as many goals as you might expect him to. But Scholes getting into the area meant that he dragged bodies with him, which gave more space to the strikers. Or even Roy Keane, even earlier on, running late into the net, into the 6 yard box, dragging bodies with them, and that gave opportunity for the strikers, like in those days with Cantona and Cole, and then later on we had the likes of Ruud van Nistelrooy, who could then go and find the back of the net. This is the problem that we've got with United right now. We don't have people who are going to drag the bodies with them. Number one. Number two, we don't have a number 10 who can find the different areas. It's just not happening. And number three, we don't have the passion. I think that's what's lacking. They don't have passion for the game. Okay, look, you've got, all you hear out of United is how much the players love Solskjaer, how much they love, playing for him. But are they really playing for him? I don't think so. I think they're not playing for him. They're not playing the way they should be playing. They are not putting in the effort that they should be putting in. It's a United squad. A United team should be, as Solskjaer, when he first came, he said, a United team should never be outrun by any other team. Okay, fine. Maybe he's got them running, but they're being shut up. They've shut the door on them, and they can't find an answer. Mason Greenwood scoring that equalizing goal, that was not tactical. Okay, that was just a fantastic finisher, a young, fantastic, natural finisher coming in and doing what he does best and finding the net. It wasn't a tactical change. It wasn't a switch of play. It wasn't, okay, I'm going to bring a different kind of player on and switch up the style of the United. It wasn't any of that, because I don't think Solskjaer can do that. And also, I'm looking at the back room. Mike Phelan always said, "I was the real mastermind behind Ferguson's team." I'm sorry. How? If he was a real mastermind behind Ferguson's style of play, what's going on with the United squad right now? Is Solskjaer not listening to him? I doubt that very much, because Solskjaer doesn't have half, not even tenth of experience that Mike Phelan does right now. But here's the bigger problem: who else do you have in that back room? Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick was a fantastic player. There is no doubt in my mind that Michael Carrick was a great player, but he doesn't have experience of coaching. Yeah, he played under Ferguson for so long, and then he played under other managers as well, but he doesn't have the experience of coaching. United need to address this, because we're not going forward here, we're going backwards. Chelsea dropped points. This was a clear pathway for us to get into the top four. We could have been in the top four by Christmas, but now I'm shocked. I don't know where we're going to be because we can't beat the weaker teams. We're doing perfectly fine against the stronger teams. It's the weaker teams that we can't play against. Right. Peace out.